Hi guys, so today I want to talk a little bit about my postpartum fitness journey and how I've been able to lose 50 pounds, and I am 3 months and 1 week postpartum. So first I want to talk a little bit about my pregnancy weight gain, because I did gain 70 pounds throughout my pregnancy, and oh my god, to me that was like the most scariest thing ever. It was honestly traumatizing, I'm not gonna lie. When I first got pregnant, I was in the best shape of my life. I was going to the gym 5-6 times a week, running. I was in really good shape. I have always been someone who loved to work out. But when I found out that I got pregnant, I kind of took a little bit of a break because like mentally I just needed a little bit of time. And then before you knew it, I was very, very sick. I found out that I was pregnant pretty early. I was like 5 weeks pregnant, and literally the next week, after processing this huge bit of information, I started getting so nauseous. There was no way that I was gonna go on a run with the way that I was feeling, or go and lift weights with the way that I was feeling. So after getting in the habit of not training consistently, I kind of fell out of going to the gym, and I fell out of love with like fitness altogether, because I felt like my mind was in such a different place at the time that I just started going on walks or doing like little HIIT workouts here and there, but it wasn't like enough to upkeep with the lifestyle that I had previously. I had a pretty normal weight gain in my pregnancy in the beginning. Like in the first half, I would say like the first 20 weeks, I was at a pretty normal weight gain rate. But then as soon as I entered the beginning of my 3rd trimester, so around like 30 weeks, I started gaining weight rapidly. And I always thought that I had like an issue with like preeclampsia or something like that, because I started to swell really badly. So like my face and my hands, my feet, my legs, like my knees, like everything just started to swell, and I started to gain weight. Like I would go to appointments weekly. Once you hit like, I think it's like 34, 35 weeks, you start going every single week to the doctor. And I would come back every week eating clean, like trying my best to not eat poorly, and I would still gain so much weight. And I was like, why am I increasing so quickly? And my doctor never really said much about it. They said that some people's bodies, it's just the way that they handle pregnancy. And for me, I just retained so much water, and on top of like not being super active throughout my pregnancy, I just gained a lot of body fat. So at the end of my pregnancy, I was 214 pounds and I was 145 pounds when I got pregnant. So I gained 70 pounds throughout my entire pregnancy, and the majority of it being gained at the end of the 3rd trimester. So with that being said, I was completely destroyed. Like my mental health was so in the dumps. I felt so bad about myself. Every day I woke up and I was like, I don't recognize myself. Like I felt lost when it came to fitness. But I just knew that if I ever wanted to feel happy, I needed to get myself back. So I made it a priority that as soon as I gave birth and got cleared, that taking fitness and what I was putting into my body seriously was gonna be the only thing that saved me mentally. So these are the things that I did postpartum that actually helped me lose 50 pounds. So I did not do anything weeks 1 through 5. Completely just in bed with the baby, eating what made me feel good, what made me feel like I was gonna have more of a milk supply, like let everything kind of regulate out. But once I got cleared for my doctor to start training, I started looking into things that were gonna make me feel good about my body and which ways I wanted to start moving my body. I knew I wanted to start running, and I also tried out a few different workout classes like F45 and Pilates. I will say in the beginning of doing Pilates, I was really excited about it, but I quickly learned that to have your pelvic floor and your stomach heal, and especially if you have any ab separation, doing things like crunches or planks or high planks or things like that are not very good for re-tightening your core, because when you have a baby, it starts to expand and separate. So I did have some separation in my midsection, and I still do, and I'm working on that. So like doing certain exercises that didn't involve like crunching or side twisting, that's kind of what I focused on. And there's so many resources like on YouTube and really great postpartum fitness trainers on Instagram and stuff like that that post so many videos on that. So I've been watching a ton of those. So I focused on doing that, and I kind of opted out of doing Pilates just for now until I rehabilitated my core a little bit more. The things that I wanted to focus on the most was running, maybe like a workout class like F45, and weight training at least like 2 to 3 times a week. So that was kind of my plan. I knew that every day with a baby is gonna look a little bit different. So wherever I can fit it in, I kind of like scheduled with Gabe, like, hey, like in the morning, can I have this morning and you have this evening, or this or that, vice versa. And from there, I was able to separate that time. Second thing that I've been doing is tracking my calories. So I just like input all of where I wanna be, how much weight I wanna lose on MyFitnessPal. And I've just been tracking everything that I eat. And honestly, it's been so helpful. And I've noticed the most weight loss when I started tracking what I was eating, because you'd be surprised like how you're eating in a surplus and you're eating all healthy food. But if you're eating in a surplus, you're still gonna gain weight. And the last thing that's really helped me is by taking a lot of progress photos, okay? I have been taking progress videos and photos all throughout my postpartum journey to like watch my body change, and it's honestly been the thing that has made me keep going, because if I right now didn't have anything to look back on, I would still be upset with where I was, and I would be like, oh, am I even making any progress? Am I doing enough? Like, am I getting to a place where I feel confident again? But looking back at the photos, and I'll share some of those photos and videos with you guys of where I was at versus where I'm at now, that is what like is able to keep me going. So having a plan, tracking your calories, and tracking your progress, those are all my tips for people who are looking to lose weight in their postpartum journey. I know that this topic can be like kind of sensitive to talk about, like weight loss and stuff like that, but for me it was so hard because I felt like I didn't see enough people talk about it. Like people who were in a really, you know, in really good shape gain a lot of weight, feel very uncomfortable in their body, change drastically in such a short period of time, then watching them lose the weight and making sure that like, okay, it is possible to get yourself back after pregnancy. For me, I felt like I'm never gonna be like how I was before, and I still am not anywhere close to how I was before, and I'm not trying to be that exact version of myself, but I do want to feel, you know, I do want to feel confident in myself again and know that I'm like, okay, I'm working towards a goal, and that's just how I am. I feel best when I'm working on myself. So now that we went over everything and how I gained 70 pounds throughout my pregnancy, how I've lost 50 pounds, I still have like 10 to 15 pounds that I really want to lose. So with that being said, I am going to run 2 miles today, and then I got to get back to baby girl. So let's get started. If you are in the same position that I am in, whether you are pregnant or you're just someone who wants to lose weight and you're like on your journey, on your health journey, I'm here with you. Let's do it together. Don't give up on yourself, because I always tell myself there's one thing about me is I'm not gonna give up. I don't care if it takes me a year. I don't care if it takes me 2, 3, 4 years to get back to feeling good about myself. I'm gonna know that I did every single thing possible to get to that point. And eventually you're just gonna be proud of yourself because you never gave up. So just don't give up, even if things feel hard. I'm running off like 3 hours of sleep on and off. So if I can do it, if I can lose the weight, if I can get motivated with a new baby and gaining 70 pounds and not recognizing myself, you can do it too. It's possible for anybody, as long as you just try every day consistently. Even if you fall off, if you just keep trying, eventually all those little times that you've tried are gonna add up into something big. So just don't give up on yourself. And if people say mean things to you throughout your pregnancy, because I was someone who, I don't know why I'm pointing at you guys. I'm like, because this, I was someone who did hear a lot of negativity about, not a lot, I would say I just had like a handful of remarks that really stuck with me throughout my pregnancy about like the way that I looked, and it kind of scars you. So don't let those things keep you down. If anything, let them motivate you and show all these people, okay? This is what I tell myself. This is how I pump myself up before I work out. Show everybody, show yourself most importantly, that you can do anything, that you are possible, that your body is great and it's a machine. It can work through anything. As long as you train yourself, you can overcome anything. I don't know why I'm pointing so much. I'm like, bum, 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 bum. I'm like a motivational speaker. I just finished my 2 mile run. Let me show you guys the stats. my 2-mile run. I'm really proud of this run because I broke 10 minutes on both my miles, and that's been a big goal of mine, is to get under 10 minutes per mile. And this one I was 9:52 the first mile and 9:43 the second mile, which is good because I got better. And I just want to say before I end this video that it's not about being perfect or looking like you've never given birth before, but it's just about progressing and living a healthy lifestyle and knowing that you're doing the right thing for your body. So this was the second video out of the 30 video series. So for now, peace out.